Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, I want to get into a quick topic based upon these few verses here within the book of Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter. Not sure what I'll title it yet, but it'll come, all in the spirit. But this is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As a judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Right? And, just thinking about this, and when we look at this society, we look at, the so-called white man's world, Esau's kingdom, which is presently happening right now, you can see that ultimately what he's an unwise king. Because look at the manner of people. They don't even care about their own people. Everyone is being destroyed, little by little. But what if Esau had, some sort of moral decency? The earth would be in a much, much better state. But the way he rules, his whole habitat, his whole being, is nothing but a vile, a villainous, a snake creature, man. That's the type of individual that he is. That's why he's what? Low among the heathen. A slow, slithering, snakish, devilish bastard, man. That's what the so-called white man is. All right? And and you can see it throughout all their points of history, all their contacts of history. You see it through, first and foremost, them going back to, them as a nation in general, being Edomites. You can take it back to the Khazarian Empire, the Greeks, the Romans, and now, they're constantly doing nothing but destroying shit, man. And the earth is only getting worse. And the people across the globe is only getting worse, and it's all due to him. That's why when we look at scriptures like the book of Proverbs 29 and 2, damn ass. Proverbs 29 and 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Well, matter of fact, let me start at verse 1. He that being often reproved, hardening his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. That's the so-called white man. Because no matter what, he don't want to truly do nothing to improve the society, So therefore, there's no, how the scriptures say, take balm for her if she may be healed. Esau may not be healed, man. He's sick in the head, man. It's like they never recovered as a people once, Esau, he sold his birthright, and everything like that. It's like they never recovered. It's like, a person that hit their head and they was just never the same no more. They may have had mental issues, so on and so forth. Esau don't bump this damn head. He could just never get right, man. They spiritually can't get right. Verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So that's a prime example of what he brings to society. He has his people in mourning right now, man. At what point, if you're a ruler of a society, do you want to see your people suffer so that you can bring about your own agenda, which is to only create more chaos, man, and to literally kill people, to literally put people to death, to literally put a whole smoke screen in front of the whole world to make people try to have some sort of sympathy for you, like you're this great power, man. A righteous king, a righteous king really rules in righteousness, man. But that's how you know that they're the wicked, okay? And you can clearly see the difference between our kingdoms and their kingdom, man. For any kingdom to be established, there must be war. Because you can't have war without peace. So King David, he brought the war, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? But what when King Solomon stepped into place, that's when the peace came, man. That's why King Solomon in the Hebrew, Shalomah, peaceable one, because he was that peace. And we in Israel had 40 years of peace, man. Which by far had to be the best time that we had upon the face of the earth. Because with King Solomon having all the riches and all of the knowledge, Israel was living it up, man. Nobody truly had to want for nothing. You still had the society had its order, but people didn't really have to want for nothing. There was a perfect harmony, amongst the world or the cosmos of Israel during that time, man. You know, but when you go to and you can clearly see how Esau and how everything with him gets worse with time when we come to the book of First Maccabees, right? Uh, the first Maccabees or the second Maccabees? Which Slovakia? Is it 4-1 or 1-4? Slovakia, what I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, I'm bugging. Slovakia. It's First Maccabees 1-1. And it happened that after Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece, and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up, and he and he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. Um, Yeah, matter of fact, let me just continue going on. And after these things, he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So that's the nature of Esau, as they have a saying amongst Jake, what like with the movie "Baby's Kids We Don't Die We Multiply," but hey, well, we was supposed to multiply in righteousness. Esau was meant to multiply in wickedness, because then you see verse 10 says, "And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus, the king, who had been a hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 37th year in the kingdom of the Greeks." you know, so that's the nature of Esau. As time goes on, it get more wickeder and wicked. Well, not wickeder, but more wicked and wicked. You know, as things grow old, man. That is that is a stain upon his society. That is a stain upon his rule, man. The scriptures say that what a good name is better than precious ointment. And Esau, little do he know, he's leaving a nasty stain amongst his name amongst all of the nations. But then again, they really don't care, because that's just their nature. They don't care. And they put up so good of a smokescreen that they know that majority of the people, well, that dwell within the society is still going to side with them anyway. Whereas the people from the other countries, they know what time it is, so they know what to look out for when it comes to the so-called white man, because that's all he does. The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and to destroy. So his whole rulership and everything about him was to bring about wickedness upon the earth, because what he serves his purpose, as it gets into in the book of Romans. Romans 9. This is Romans 9 and I read Romans 9 and 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So from the rip, it was what? An election of how the Most High chose Esau to be and how the Most High chose Jacob to be, right? So going down to verse 17, it says, For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. And that's what the Lord is doing with Esau. He's having Esau bring up, his power, which the people as seeking it as truly his own power, so that what he can tear him down. So the Lord can let it be known throughout the earth. Hey, I'll set up kings, I'll remove of kings. It's not of men that do it, but it's the Heavenly Father's will that is all playing out. Verse 18, therefore he have mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will hardeneth, he hardeneth. That will say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? But nay, but, O man, who art thou that replies against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? And that's what Esau is. He made Jacob as the vessel of honor, and Esau is the vessel of dishonor. And you can clearly see it, man. When they came across with our brothers, Gad and all the other tribes, over here in the Americas, what they were peaceful. And our people in general, we're a naturally peaceful people. But they came and brought dishonor, to the whole world, man. They stained the whole world with their philosophies, with their lies, with their bullshit, man. Verse 22, what if the Most High want to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he may make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. So ultimately, what we are prepared unto glory, but Esau, what he's prepared for no mercy, for death and utter desolation and destruction. His whole society and everything in which he stands for, man. Why? Because what? An unwise king destroyeth his people. Esau has been set up this way to do so, and this is the only way that he knows. How they say in the hood, what a product of my environment. Esau is a product of his own madness, his wickedness within his own mindset, man. So I hope I hope this segment was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakudash, double honors to the apostles in the Elder Great Millstone, and Shalom to Lek out there doing this work of faith and live with love, true sincerity. Shalom.